All right. We are with Coach Charmin Smith. This is Don Shannon with Right for California. Couple of questions for Coach Smith. Looking back on last year and looking forward to the season kicking off here in a couple more months. Coach Smith, thanks for the time. Just looking back at last year, have you any thoughts over the summer? Any reflections? Any light bulb moments on what you want to carry forward coming over from last year?
I think it was a really great year for us in terms of our culture, and we want to continue to be that team that enjoys being around each other. I do think that that impacts winning, and I think that's something that we can control. So I'm excited about continuing with a very strong culture that will help with our chemistry on the court.
So how do you do that? Like you in the NIL area, you have not had a ton of like year to year turnover, right? With like Michelle who stuck around for 4 years, and Yo who may have could have bounced a year or so after arriving in Berkeley. So what do you do to facilitate that family feeling that seems to be effective?
Yeah, I think it's really important to find people that are the right fit, and that's people that want to be at Cal, people that want to play for me, people that want to help, put a program on the map. And you had that with Michelle and Leilani and Yo. It's been really fun. We have that with Lulu now and Gisela and Lola, people that are committed to making Cal special. And we last year particularly, everyone wanted the same thing. We just wanted to make it to the NCAA tournament. Like everyone wanted that. So it really helped because we had that buy-in.
So let's talk about your roster coming the year coming into this next year. Four new freshmen, highlighted by obviously by Puff and Taylor coming in. But that's what are you seeing from the freshmen? What are you seeing, and how are you balancing that against all of your upperclassmen as well?
Mhm. A lot of energy, a lot of wide eyes, try as they try to figure things out, but a lot of talent, which is really important. Love the way Grace is pushing the ball in transition. Like she's just, a high motor type player. Taylor with her size and her length is helping us on the defensive end. Obviously we know Puff is our McDonald's All-American. It can do it all. And then Isis is such a great finisher at the rim. So we've got a really good group of freshman talent. And they enjoy one another. They enjoy being at Berkeley. And they're excited about having an impact this season.
Last year you had a really good like inside out game, right? With Michelle down low and your shooters outside. How much of it is like your program? And speaking of that, like maybe using Gabby inside in the same role to facilitate that inside out game, or do you really tweak it and structure it to the strength of your players?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Sakima Walker, a transfer from South Carolina, who we're really going to be relying on for that presence inside. She's 6'6". She's used to the SEC physicality and such. So I think that's going to really help us. And we're excited that we got to bring Cloud back. And Cloud has that finesse feel. She can stretch the floor and be on the perimeter as well. I think with Naya as a transfer as well, those are our anchors when it comes to size and the bigger bodies that we'll be relying on.
How is Claudia? Is she ready to go? Fully excited about getting back on the court this year?
Yeah, she's been in full practices. She's been banging up against practice guys and doing things that make me feel very confident about her being able to contribute this season. We have to be smart. It's September. I'm not trying to run her into the ground now. We have days where she takes some time just to make sure that she's comfortable, and that's what we want for her. She knows that we care about her. We want to protect her and keep her safe, and I think she will help us a lot this season.
Megan Williams joined the program here earlier this year in kind of a GM type of role. Talk about what that means for you and kind of the structure of the program and the evolution going forward with the changes in athletic leadership and everything else at Cal right now.
Yeah, I mean, with the house settlement, it's a different ball game, and we can pay student athletes, and that creates some different dynamics within the relationships. And so, I wanted to have it to where, I wasn't going to have to be the one having those conversations surrounding money all the time. I want to have transformative relationships with players, not transactional relationships. So Megan's kind of taking the brunt of that, but not only that, but in conversations with agents and just really handling that space of rev share and NIL. And then I think she's just phenomenal in how she's helped us from a development perspective as well, and helping us raise the money so that we can pay our student athletes. So I think it's a great addition, something that we truly needed, and that's going to really pay benefits for us as we move forward.
That's interesting because that's really, really similar to what like Ron Rivera said to us too, right? And talking about like letting him take care of all that stuff and let the coach focus on the coaching and the team building of it all. Um,
Exactly.
So I talked to Coach Matson last week a little bit. We talked a little bit about navigating all of this. I'm not going to like go into deep there. What would you like to see? I know you're still looking to do some facilities upgrades right within the program. What are your kind of like goals and what are your objectives as you work with the administration for the program, facilities, uh, all of the
Uh-huh.
above?
Yeah, so we need a new locker room, and I've been talking about that for about 5 years now. I've been at Cal for 18 years, and it's the same locker room from when I started 18 years ago. So that's the number one priority. If we want to attract top talent, we have to have a place that they can call home. And the locker room is that for student athletes, right? So really need that locker room renovation. We need a facility that's 24/7 for our students to come and get shots. And Gold Gym it has been something that's been really great for us, but I think the administration working to take that step to get even more for us will make a difference. And then just being able to, be on a high level from a marketing and branding perspective and getting butts in seats, right? If you see what's going on with the Valkyries right now, this is a team that no one thought would win any games. They do not have the superstars and the Asia Wilsons or Nafisa Colliers of the league, but they have a team that plays extremely hard and has, grabbed the hearts of the Bay Area essentially and had 19 to 20 consecutive sellouts. And I want that formula, right? Like we play extremely hard. We were 16-1 at home last year, made it to the NCAA tournament. Why can't we get those people to come here and watch women's basketball? Women's basketball is the hottest thing out there in sports right now, and we've got to figure out a way to capitalize on this momentum and get butts in seats to watch this team play.
So you segued my next question perfectly. You've obviously had there was a Cal Day with the Valkyries back in early August. You and your players were featured on, some of like the pregame interview sessions and stuff. What's that meant for you as a program, kind of to be brought into that fold, I'd say a little bit, and be partnering with them on at least some of the media side of it?
Yeah. For Cal Day, they had us out and they had me on the court to bang the drum. And I'm standing there waiting for that opportunity. And like Bam Adebayo walks by me because, they were playing Aces.
Yeah.
And the crowd is just electric and crazy when I step out on the court and they're yelling for me. And I was like, this is surreal. Like, first of all, that's what I want for every one of my student athletes that is interested in playing at the next level. Like to put on a WNBA jersey, to play at the Chase Center or, whether it's, in Brooklyn with the Liberty, like wherever you are. I was at a Storm game just on Monday and the atmosphere there was just so special. And I want this feel for my student athletes. And so, when the Valkyries had me out, again, it was a surreal moment. I'm just like, this is incredible that this is what I get to do. And I love that our team is being more recognized. And I want that for this program. The fact that we're starting off in Paris, playing in that game that starts off the season with Andrea Carter, Shanae Agumake, and Elle Duncan probably on the call back in the studio. Like, these are dreams come true for me. And I really love that this is happening for our players.
Have you looked at your schedule? Obviously, you mentioned the Vandy matchup in Paris. You've got USC again back in December. The home slate's kind of a flip from last year, so you're going to North Carolina this year and NC State versus them come to Haas. What are your thoughts on the schedule at this point?
We have to be smart in our non-conference schedule because the ACC schedule is tough. It is tough. And a lot of those wins that we got at home against some opponents where you're like, okay, we got to win this game. We got to go win those on the road this year. So it's going to be challenging. I do like that we've got, some of the top teams in the league coming to us with Duke, Louisville, Notre Dame. I love the fact that we get to play them at home. But it's a gauntlet of a schedule. We've got to be ready.
Last year, your phrase was "bring a freaking friend." Do you have a new phrase to kind of keep in mind for this year? Or is that going to be the same one this year?
I mean, it's still bring a freaking friend until all the friends are in the building, right? So we got to stick with that. It's doing really well. We've actually got a wine that's going to be out this fall with bring a freaking friend as the label on the wine. So excited about that. But when we talk about what it is that we're doing this year, we want to do more. Like it's not enough to just make the NCAA tournament. We feel like we can do more, and so we've talked as a staff and as a program about being made for more. Um, and I think that resonates even for our fans. Like we need more fans, we need more engagement, we need more support. So we want to be made for more this season.
All right, let's end this with a couple non-basketball questions. What's the favorite book you've read recently?
Say that again.
Favorite book you've read recently?
Yeah. What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. Rebecca Barrows. It's um First Wing or something. It's a fiction book that had my attention when I was traveling to the Czech Republic, and now I'm on the second book in the series. Um, so yeah, but favorite books, there's the one about the Great Migration. What's it? The Warmth of Other Suns. If you haven't read that, that's a good book to read. If you want some more education, I always tell people read The New Jim Crow. I often have a conversation in the gym with a coach surrounding what's going on in our country, and I'll hear some certain things, and I'll get home and send a copy of The New Jim Crow to that coach so that they can, be introduced to it to a different perspective sometimes. But those are my two go-tos.
And what's your favorite eatery around campus? Where do you go when you've got the craving?
Yeah. Ivy's has great chicken wings. I know people get their hoagies and sandwiches and such, but I love their chicken wings with no sauce or anything, just like that regular rub there. Um, Gypsies for a little Italian pasta will do it. And then when I just need to spoil myself, I got to get that glazed donut at Kingpin.
All right. Do you have a special top dog order?
Oh, I get like 3 at a time. They have that mango one. Um, Yep, and then I get the hot link. So usually those are my 2 go-tos, but I like the chili. I like the chili as well.
Well, thank you for your time today, Coach. Appreciate it. Any last thoughts? Anything you want to share with the general Cal fan community?
This is a special team that deserves to have people watch them. So get to Hoss Pavilion and bring a freaking friend.
Thank you for your time today.
All right, thank you.